So I'm going to talk about Godzilla versus Kong. I don't think you have to worry about spoilers because you already know what the movie is. It's Godzilla versus Kong. That's about it. There's not going to be any twist in this movie that's wildly unexpected. Like in the last act of the movie. Here would have been a twist. The last act of the movie, Kong and Godzilla sit down with Judi Dench and Maggie Smith, and they have tea, and they talk about what was and what might have been. That doesn't happen. I want to see a Kong versus Godzilla movie where whenever there's a scene that doesn't have Kong or Godzilla, the actors just turn to the camera and say, "We're marking time here. You don't care what we're doing. We don't care what we're doing. It's going to be 2 minutes before you see Godzilla again. You need to go to the bathroom? You got 2 minutes." That is not to say that I disparage or that I cast dispersions on the actors who played in the movie. They did a fine job doing what they were doing. It's just the movie is called Kong versus Godzilla. It's not called Kong, Godzilla, and several lovable characters who are each invested in one way or another in Kong and or Godzilla. It's Kong versus Godzilla. There was a lot of fighting. I feel like Kong, at some moments, like, did he train with Master Splinter? There were a few kind of martial arts, flipping, jumping, kicking kinds of thing. I mean, Kong's seen the Matrix. He's gotten around. And I also feel that Kong, they made Kong the protagonist of the movie. It's really, from Kong's point of view than it is from Godzilla's point of view. And I can't help but wonder if it's because Kong is closer to a human being than Godzilla. I mean, neither of them are any closer to a human being than anything else because they're both fictional, but why did Godzilla have to be more alien than Kong? How come Godzilla couldn't be the one who was a bit more on our side? Is it because Godzilla is more lizard and Kong is more ape? I mean, I feel like we should be a bit more all-inclusive. Who says that lizards can't be relatable? The older I get, the more terrible my circulatory system is. And frankly, if I want to warm up, I need to lie down on a rock in the sun. Not to mention the fact that I have eczema and my skin looks like the skin of Godzilla. I think I can relate better to Godzilla. He can shoot radiation out of his face. I have bad breath, acid reflux. I am Godzilla. Sorry, I'm recording this while doing my morning walk. It's a leaf blower there. As people are taking care of their lawns, because God forbid the rest of the world goes to hell in the handbasket, but we got to make sure these lawns stay nice. So people know that we, with our lawns, have it together. Critically important. Godzilla and Kong always fight in major cities. I've never seen them fight I've never seen them fight next to a strip mall. Because even Kong and Godzilla are like, we enjoy the cosmopolitan lifestyle. There's nowhere to eat in Arvada, Colorado. I almost turned off Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus Kong, excuse me. I almost turned it off. Not because it's a bad movie. It is the movie that it promises to be. Again, nobody wants to go see Kong versus Godzilla, and then it's just a 2-hour conversation between Kong, Godzilla, and Christoph Waltz discussing the nature of man. Well, I'd want to see that, but not the rest of the world. But I did feel like once I got the general idea, we could go from there. I don't know. Here's what I love in this world of Godzilla versus Kong. That it's been established clearly that these big monsters fight each other in major cities, and yet in the context of this movie, people still live there. I want to move to New York, Mom. There's going to be two giant monsters are going to fight and probably trample half a city any time within the next 6 months. I know, Mom, but the art scene, it's thriving. All right, what follows might be some minor spoilers, actually, so just be careful if you're really gunning to avoid the spoilers. Kong does learn sign language, so they can begin to communicate with them, which is fine. It still would be better if both of them could just talk normally. That's what I want to see. I want to see a Godzilla movie where Godzilla just comes right out and says, I got a problem with you, Kong. I got a problem with you. And Kong says, why does it have to be this way? There's only two of them. I mean, the world probably is big enough for the both of us. You mostly stay in the water, I mostly stay on land. Why do we need to make this a thing? And Godzilla says, well, there can only be one apex predator. And Kong says, are you sure about that? Because I think, aren't there some species that can coexist as apex predators in certain habitats? On where are you basing this? And Godzilla says, look, I don't overthink it. I just know that I have to be the one that comes out on top. Kong says, okay, let's say you are the one that comes out on top. Then what do you do? Let's say you kill me. Then what are you going to do? And Godzilla says, patrol. And Kong says, for what? I think we're the last two. And Godzilla says, there'll probably be another one. There's always some weird thing coming along. I can keep busy. And then Kong says, is there something between us? And Godzilla says, whoa, wait a minute, whoa. This took a turn. Godzilla said, listen, I don't want to make you uncomfortable, but there was a moment where we were fighting and we were looking into each other's eyes, and I don't know, maybe we're going about this the wrong way. Godzilla says, that's between you and that's between you and whatever else. And Kong says, why, is there a problem with how I feel? Are you saying that I'm lesser than because I'm open-minded. And Godzilla says, no, not at all, not at all. That is not at all what I meant. I'm flattered, I guess. I just don't feel that way. And Kong says, I think you do. And Godzilla says, all right, stop, we're not doing this. We're not having this conversation. And Kong says, you don't have to deny it. You should accept yourself for who you are. And Godzilla says, I can't do this in front of everyone in this city. And Kong says, oh, you're suddenly concerned about what everyone in the city thinks of you. You were smashing them 5 seconds ago, and now you're super self-conscious. And Godzilla says, can you not use super like that? I hate when people use super like that. Super conscious, super self-conscious, super terrific. That's not how you use the word super, or it shouldn't be. And Kong says, we can talk this out. I think we can talk this out. See, that's the movie I want to see. That'd be great. That would be awesome. And as you can see, all this podcast really is me working out my own sexual identity through Godzilla and Kong. And that's healthy. That's a way to do it, right? I've been talking more about being bisexual on stage. I still don't feel like I've cracked it, because I don't think I've cracked it in life. And I'm still, I was about to say I'm still confused, but I don't think I'm confused. I think I know what I'm attracted to women, sometimes guys. But there's nothing to be confused about. That's what I am. You know what? I'll tell you though, I guess what disturbs me is that if I never, let's say I meet a woman tomorrow and we hit it off, we get married, and that's who I'm with the rest of my life, and I'm never actually with a man. I guess my fear is that I'll go around saying I'm bisexual, and people will say, prove it. What's your... you have your vaccine card, you have your sexuality card. How many punches do you have on male and female? Can't just go out and say it, and you gotta... are you trying to take advantage somehow by saying you're something that you're not? And I'm like, no, I am bisexual, Godzilla. And Godzilla says, you know what? You're just being neurotic. I get that you're bisexual. I'm bisexual too. I like both lizards and monkeys. And crabs. I got a thing for crabs. You might be trisexual. That's not a thing. Okay, then you're pansexual. Okay, then I'm pansexual. I love how this review of Kong versus Godzilla... Godzilla versus Kong. I am turning into that older person that never gets the title right, or they never get the name of the actor right. It is Godzilla versus Kong. It is not Kong versus Godzilla. That's a different movie. That's a movie where Godzilla is more the protagonist, and Kong is just the angry butthead coming in. And that's where Kong is saying, I've got to destroy you. And Godzilla is saying, I think we have something between us. And Kong is saying, that's ridiculous. And Godzilla is saying, no, I think there's something there. And Kong says, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this right now. This is you're being too confrontational. And Godzilla says, I'm being confrontational. You're the one who's trying to kill me. And Kong says, emotionally confrontational. You know what I mean. See, completely different movie. Completely different movie. Boy, I feel like I covered a wide range of topics, which is code for me saying that I'm getting close to the 20-minute mark here. Feel like I feel better today. Here's what I think happened. I think I had, on Wednesday, I think I had a cookie. And I think that cookie destroyed me for a day or two. Something in that cookie just alerted my intestines. My other theory is that my intestines can pick up if my mother is suffering and adjusts as a result. So my intestines are telepathic, and they communicate to me by making my life miserable for a protracted period of time. I wish I could have another form of telepathic communication that did not involve pure and total constipation, but that's how my superpowers work, everybody. That is how my superpowers work. I think I'm about to. I've been walking in the morning. We can talk about this a little bit. I've been walking in the mornings now because it's getting too hot in the middle of the day. And at first it was really. Well, the first day was okay. Second day was horrible, grueling. My entire body felt terrible. And then today, it feels better again. I think I could even do. One more lap. And this will mean that I've done my 4 laps, which I think means about 4 miles. And but yeah, walking in the morning. There's a lot of people around me walking in the morning. It's a popular thing to do. But how many of those people are podcasting while they're walking? And the answer is none of them, because they are not crazy. But the beauty of me walking around doing this is that it just looks like I'm on the phone, having a lovely conversation. Little do they know, I am merely having a conversation with my own sense of professional failure as I release this podcast. And anywhere from 0 to 0 listeners listen to it. But it is, I hate to admit it, because I never wanted to be a morning person. I never set out to make that something about who I was. That was never my intent. And I still am not. I mean, it's a little after 9 a.m. It's not, it's not like it's 5 a.m. and I'm out jogging. Because I get up every day at 4:30 and I just eat 2 raw eggs and then jog for 3 hours and then do 50 push-ups. And then one day I'm jogging and there's Godzilla and I'm physically fit enough to handle you. Come on, I'll take you down. I have a Fitbit. Hit me, Godzilla. See how I brought it all back? Yeah, I don't like it either. Oh man, we're getting there. 20 minutes. I don't think I think podcasts are supposed to be an hour. Like if I ever want branding and sponsoring, I think they're supposed to be an hour. And I'm falling short by 40 minutes. Probably would be helpful if I also had a theme of this podcast. Other than Josh doing 20 minutes of brand new material in front of nobody. Ooh, That should just be the title. Josh does 20 minutes of brand new material in front of nobody. Subscribe.